Neuroendocrine carcinoid, or carcinoid for short, is a specific type of cancer that has less than 20,000 cases per year in the U.S. This makes it one of the top, rarest forms of cancer found in the U.S., and in 2012, my mother, Marcy Usry, was diagnosed with one of these specific types of cancers. What is living with cancer like as a single mom?
It's been very interesting. I certainly have come to know myself on a completely, entirely different level than I did before the diagnosis. You and Sam have always been the reason that life looks brighter and the air feels clear. And so after I was diagnosed, so many little things fell away that were insignificant worries and troubles, and you and Sam just kind of rose to the surface. And relationships have been extremely important. Because I've been a single mom, I haven't had the support of a spouse or partner in my life. And honestly though, it's been such an incredible opportunity for me to grow through this along with you and Sam in your own way. Of course, you were little, or not little, but you were a 14-year-old, so you were still going through your own stuff. So in many ways, you supported me and your brother, and you got me out of bed on days where I didn't think I could do it, and you never know the difference that you've made in my life.
What was your first step towards treatment?
So carcinoid is a really tricky, bizarre, very rare type of cancer. It does not respond to chemo or radiation. There's an injection that people get called sandostatin. You receive it once a month. It's long-acting. And what this shot does is it kind of puts carcinoid comes with a syndrome. And there's all these different symptoms of the syndrome. So when you get this injection, it's supposed to keep those symptoms at bay. And that's what the injection is for. And there is nothing that can kill or destroy the cancer cells or the tumors. So I got that injection, and it was excruciating. The needle, I'm not kidding, is about this long, and it's a real thick needle. And after I had a total of 47 injections. So when you span that out, it's almost 4 years. I had built up so much scar tissue in my hips that they couldn't always get it in, and they would have to stick me again, and it was awful.
Carcinoid is often overlooked and misdiagnosed. The diagnosed sometimes call themselves zebras. In medical school, doctors are taught to look for the horses, not the zebras. That means that the most clear answer is usually the right one. In the case of people diagnosed, however, they are the zebras. This is because when you're trying to diagnose carcinoid, it is masked by so many other symptoms, and because of this, all carcinoid survivors are misdiagnosed at least once in their life. What was it like receiving the phone call regarding your diagnosis?
Definitely life-changing. It happened on a Tuesday, of course, April 25th. I looked at the clock the moment I answered the phone. It was 5:02 p.m. and so that time is etched into my memory. I was anticipating this phone call. It was day 6 of waiting to hear the results of the biopsy, and it was devastating. And so when my doctor told me my diagnosis, you were only 14, Sam was 10, your little brother. And I was very protective of how my response to this was going to impact you. So I very quietly walked out into the garage and shut the door behind me. And I fell to my knees, and I cried, and I cried, and I hit the garage floor. And then I took a deep breath and told myself I wasn't going to have time for this. I wasn't going to feel sorry for myself, that I had a lot of work to do. Everything was surreal. Everything stopped. My life completely stopped to a screeching halt.